Hello, welcome back to another episode, guys. This one's going to be a cracker. Where are we, dear?
Yeah, we're at the Oodnadatta track.
Check it out. As you come down the highway towards Maree, you will come across this big sign that says "You welcome to the start of the Oodnadatta track." Now, if you've been following our travels over the last few years, you know that we don't do a lot of inland touring, right? So this is sort of new for us as well, but it's going to be good. A couple of hot spots to hit on the way through. There is Coward Springs, there is William Creek, there's a couple of cool campsites. Giddy up. You can get water here at the Maree Town Water Supply. I'll take you out here, but there's an OUTBACK water station. So make sure if you need water, take your car out of gear first before you open the door. And then, yeah, pull up and it says...
How much?
Oh, she's pricey. It's $4 for 20 litres.
Holy! Oh, wow.
Anyway, here's what it is. We've got to have water, eh? So, I'll move the van up so the tanks are right next to the tap. And we'll fill her up as much as we can get. Because we all know how much Beck loves a shower.
Oh my God.
Letting tyres down. All right, I've told you all before, when we hit the dirt, we drop our tyres. I like to go to 25 on the van all round, 25 on the front of the car, and 30 in the back, just because I've got the tow ball weight and everything like that. So last tyre, down to 25, and we'll hit the road, mate. Hey, I'm so keen, eh? So keen. There we go, 25 PSI. Now, the other things you're going to want to do when you hit roads like this is dust prevention and stone protection. So I'll take you for a quick walk around the van and show you what we've got going on, because it works a treat, mate. We don't get any dust and we get very, very minimal stone protection. Bit of underbody damage, but you can't help that. Can't help that at all. All right, come here, come with me. Righto, so stone stomper, number one thing for stopping the van getting peppered with rocks. You still cop a couple of stray ones now and then, but this keeps all the dust down and it stops so much stone damage to your car. Come around here, dust prevention, keep all your windows shut. Biggest thing we've got is that we've got these hatches on our fridges. So we don't have vents, we don't have to tape up anything. Make sure all your window locks are adjusted and shut so you've got compressions on the seals. Any vents you've got, tape them up. Make sure all your doors are adjusted and locked. I always lock this one when we hit the dirt. Don't want it rattling open, that sort of thing. And that's it for us, apart from the number one thing, the Sahara. This fella here, the Caravan Sahara. We hit that, it's a positive pressure fan, pumps a heap of air in, keeps all the dust out. Let's go. Well, we've just pulled up to see a couple of statues. Have a look at this over here. We've got a minor issue, dear. What's going on?
Just minor.
Just minor, that's all right. Everyone gets flat tyres. There we go.
It's actually kind of...
You know what? That's our first
yeah.
flat tyre in 5 years of travel, so...
It's a doozy too. Like, it's a good one.
Oh, mate, flat tyre's a flat tyre.
Yeah, but...
We can't call them doozies or whatever.
Just look at that.
She flat. Anyway, we'll get it off and see where the leak's coming from. Might be able to plug it up.
How you going there, babe?
Killing it, mate. Pick the worst spot, mate. The ground is covered in these big prickles. So I'm laying on the doormat. Just so I don't get prickles everywhere. Anyway, this dodgy. You know what I'm gonna do when we get back? Get a proper jack. Like this is the one that comes with it from Toyota.
Yeah, rubbish.
Well, you have to wind it to go up. I just want a lever action one. This one you have to like... Anyway, up she goes. All right, we're just about ready to go. One of the good things when I set up this van and car, the rims are the same offset and size, and the tyres are the same size. So I can swap them, and you know, I don't have to carry two spares in the car, two on the van. I can interchange the two. That way, yeah, save weight on carrying all these, but I've only done 80 Ks, maybe I'm going to need more than 2 spares, dear.
Mm.
Anyway, I'll rip this off and we'll throw it on.
Ooh, that's cool.
Right, if you didn't know, when you're putting tyres on, make sure you put them on evenly. So do opposing nuts to pull them in. That way you know that it's pulled on nice and tight and straight. Righto, I'll jack it down and then tighten them up.
Alright, so while Justin's changing the flat tyre, the kids and I are just going to go check out these aeroplane sculptures and show you a bit about them. So this here is called the Newtonia Sculpture Park. Obviously it's on the Oodnadatta track. Not really sure what it's all about. They're just these really random sculptures, but I'll show you a few of them as we walk down. She's hot here. There's lots of flies. We need our fly nets, don't we, gang?
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, here's another random sculpture. Make some noise. Whoa. That's so cool. Tap those ones, Billy.
Okay. Mom, it's a boy.
How do you know?
It's Doodle. Look.
You're spot on, Bear. What's that one doing? Taking a photo.
Yeah.
Making a movie.
Billy, Jack, he's a boy. He's got his doodle sticking out. Ew, that's weird.
Bring it here, pump some air into it. We found it. There's like a big split in here from a sharp rock. So anyway, I'll mark that, and then when we pull up at camp tonight, I'll throw a few plugs in it and see if that can't hold. So we've got another spare, and then we'll get it fixed properly when we hit, I don't know, Coober Pedy, something
Probably,
like that,
yeah.
next town. But the plug kits do really well, eh? As long as it's not in the sidewall, the plugs are pretty good. I'll show you how to do it later. All right, so we're away. Hey, along the way, I'm going to try and tell you a little bit of info about the joint, stuff that I've read online, things that I learned, that sort of thing. Now, first thing I'm going to say is that I think everyone gets scared off of the Oodnadatta track because of its name, right? I know I did for a lot of years too, especially when I didn't have an off-road caravan. But once you start doing the research into it, it's probably one of the best tracks you can do to kick off your like remote outback touring, you know? So yes, it's dirt road, but it's actually good conditions most of the time. And there's a lot of places to stop, and there's fuel, and there's water. Yes, you need to have, you know, take precautions, all that sort of thing, be set up well, do the right thing. But it's a good way to break yourself into the outback touring or the remote touring scene, especially when you're traveling on your own. I know a lot of people, especially us back like 4 or 5 years ago, we would have been too scared to come and do this on our own. Now, mate, we look for this kind of stuff. So anyway, it's my first tip for the Oodnadatta track. It's not as scary as it sounds. there you go, dear. So, Lake Air Lookout.
Yeah, full of little knowledge nuggets, the old Oodnadatta.
So what's your knowledge nugget, darling?
We are 12 metres below or above?
Good one.
I just read the sign.
Below sea level, mate.
Below sea level. So we've just come to Lake Air. It's actually got water in it, would you believe it? But yeah, we'll show you what it looks like. It's pretty cool, actually. It's like pink. It's really nice.
Pink, white.
Yeah, well,
water
it's pink
out there.
over there. The water's pink, but then obviously it's all salt flats here. So
It's crazy.
anyway,
It's 39 kilometres to go until we hit Coward Springs. So let's see if we can get there without another flat tyre, eh? Where are we, bud?
Like Air.
Lake Air, check it. Have a look at that. So there's a huge lunch stop sort of viewing area just here with a bit of history and stuff of Lake Air. So there you go, geology of the Lake Air Basin. We are here. So we're in Lake Air South and we are coming this way along the Oodnadatta. Quite deep, mate, at Lake Air.
Yeah.
Something new for us. Why are we sitting inside?
flies, mate.
Flies. Look at this though. That is Lake Air out there. Isn't that crazy?
Mm.
Love a good view.
So hungry.
Not far before you get to Coward Springs is the Bubbler, which is a mound spring. So it's 4 kilometres off the Oodnadatta track. We're going to drive in there now and have a look. The road's a bit rougher than it has been, but it's nothing too gnarly, eh? Just a lot more corrugations. You sort of drive out across these salt flats like this. Now the Bubbler is a mound spring, so it's like an underwater spring that bubbles up in a mound. There you go. We'll give you a look at it when we get there. Quick!
Oh, Rebecca, you did it.
There's a tour bus just showing up. We're going to run to beat them all there.
Oh, look at that, Mum.
Oh, look at it bubbling up.
Charlie.
Why do you reckon they call it the Bubbler?
Because it bubbles.
Look at that. That's unreal. The Bubbler.
How's it bubble?
It's coming up from underground. That's awesome, eh? In the middle of nowhere. That's cool. And we're away, mate. First stop is going to be Coward Springs. There's a campground here and some artesian hot springs. Entrance fee is $2, camp fees for $15, kids half price. Wow.
Sorry,
All
I'll
right.
just show you that. Wait.
But we've been here before.
There you go. Geez, I hope they've got more than one spa pool, babe.
I don't think they do. I think there's only one. For the amount of campers that I'm predicting are here, a lot of people are going to want that pool.
Yeah. Oh, they might get out pretty quick when I jump in the nick.
No, oh, God, don't offend them.
Yeah, anyway, I don't know what it's going to cost us. We'll have to figure it out. It said $15 an adult and half price for kids. So that means it's going to be 30 plus 3 7s are 21. It'll be $50 to stay here maybe. I don't know. Kids might start from 8. We'll see how we go. But apparently you have to come here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oodnadatta track is a lot of random stuff in the middle of nowhere. This is a beautiful spot to come. So we're going to drop in here and
We'll show you a bit about
have
it.
a look. Campground's supposed to be huge. Pull up, and after a bit of corrugations, a flat tyre, and a hot day, I'm ready for
Ready
a
for a
soak
drink,
and
yep.
a cold tin.
I'm going to have a
So,
cider.
there you go.
Can't wait.
Let's go and have a look. Actually seems pretty quiet, babe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, until another hour when everyone rolls in.
Oh, what do you got to do?
Just put
Fill
your
out the
details.
envelope, put your money in there.
Oh, this is contract tracing as well for
Oh, yeah.
COVID.
Oh, it is.
And
Look at
probably-
that. It's going to be $51 for us to stay for the night. Anyway, right. Pay fees here.
No. The most we have like. Rashi?
No.
Found a site, mate.
We did. How cute is it?
Oh, it's a killer, isn't it? Done.
Beautiful.
And done.
Justin and I are going to attempt to work out in the morning. It's just like so cold in the mornings, and then by lunchtime you're like stripping off.
And just like that, mate, we are set up at Coward Springs in the campground with our own little fire pit. We've got the mat out, got a cold beer, the kids are getting ready for a swim. Doesn't get much better. Check it out.
How hot is it? Oh, it's actually only just one. Oh, it's good.
So cool. I want to build one of these.
Mum, it's not actually...
How hot is it?
Not really hot, but it's still hot.
See us. Jump in. Tell me how deep it is. Wow, this is cool.
Okay, it's this deep and it has sand on the bottom.
Oh, get out. Really?
Well, oh yeah, it has sand on the bottom. Well, half of it. It's kind of has sand. Is that
What a way to end the day on the Oodnadatta track, eh? Wait for it.
Oh, don't you have your phone in the pocket?
No, I don't.
Oh my God.
This is beautiful. Hey Rui, what do you reckon of the hot tub, mate?
It's awesome.
Keep going, keep going. Need fly net on here.
Oh, we need fly nets in the pool. How are you, mate?
Flies are friendly. Very friendly. We need to get the fly nets out.
I'll do that in a second.
Bring fly nets when you're coming up here. Out here.
So day one, we left Maree, Farina, went through Maree, fuel, water. Oh, now she's stealing my chips.
Your chips.
Anyway, carried on and then got a flat tyre near the old sculptures. Dropped in at this bubbler spring, and now we've ended up at Coward Springs for a quick, what do we have, about 10-15 minutes in there. The thing with the spring here is you can only fit really like 4 or 5 people in it, and that's still pretty friendly.
Yeah, that's mates,
yeah.
You know.
So you want to be like in, have 10 minutes, and then when someone else comes along, you want to get out. Because I don't want to get in, especially like, I love that you watch my videos, but if I was to come to a spring and had to jump in beside you and touch shoulders, yeah, I probably wouldn't get in with you. So yeah, you want to get in, get out, be nice, be courteous, make sure everyone gets a go. But the campground here is wicked. There's big spacious sites, fire pits in every one. So we're going to get a fire going. What I'm going to show you is my old Swedish log candle. I haven't done it for years.
No, you haven't.
But I found these perfect logs the other day. These flies, oh my God.
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, they love us.
So yeah, you just cut it up, put a few slots in it, fill it full of fire lighter and let it go. So I'll show you that. And then yeah, stew tonight. I'm going to make some bread again, and we'll just kick back, have a couple of tins. It's been a hot day, and it's not rough, like it's not Cape York rough, but it's still, there's sections of it that's...
Yeah, it's a pretty good road though, really.
Lots of dust.
Yeah.
Lots of dust. Make sure you need to dust prevent your van before you hit the Oodnadatta.
Justin forgot to put our fan on, and I opened up the door and I just seen like...
But it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but...
It goes to show how well the fan, like the dust pressurizer fan works. I could have sworn I put it on. I reckon she turned it off before we left. But anyway, that's
like see the blame. Always blame.
It's another argument. But yeah, it works. It works a treat.
Anyway, we're going to get a sunset right down there, so we'll show you that a bit later.
Be good.
Oh, good one.
Oh yeah. What do you do when it's dirty?
You put your foot under your bum and you sit on it.
That way Mum doesn't get up you for sitting down in your pants, yeah?
Well, when they've had a shower and they come back outside, it makes me so angry when they like just go and sit down in the dirt. So I'm always like, don't sit down in the dirt.
You're an ideas man, Bill.
Show us how you do it, Bill.
Okay.
Stand up.
Alright, watch the feet.
Then you sit on it. I can do
Look
it.
at that.
Look at that. So clever.
Even this one doesn't go in the dirt.
You should patent that. So I seen this years ago. I seen it on YouTube. There was like some random dude overseas doing it. It was called the Swedish log candle, so it was obviously in Sweden. But I did it on the farm and it works a treat. So you just got to find these logs that are like nice and round and cut some slots into them. Or you can use a drill. I've seen people drill some holes in them too, shove them full of firelighter. But that will just take off, hey. It's so good. Dinner time at Coward Springs, mate.
Dinner time.
Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Delicious.
Stew and some bread cooked on the Weber. It's done alright, look at that. I will put in the details of this bread because, oh my god.
It is the bomb.
I can't take credit for making it.
No.
From
Someone
scratch.
Else, no.
I did make the dough, but it came out of a box, yeah?
And it's legit. If you're like me, gluten-free, dairy-free, and if you have a nut allergy as well, which I don't have,
Mate, oh.
epic.
So easy, so quick, and so delicious.
Where do we find that one? It's like an IGA or something.
I just seen it at the shops. I'm like, that'll do. I'll try it.
I don't know where they sell it, but...
Mate, that's us.
Wow.
Weber cooked bread, stew, sitting by the campfire outside here at Coward Springs as the sun goes down. Have a look at that.
Oh, glorious. Let's do it, babe.
Let's do it.
Boom.
All right, I'm going to have a crack at fixing this tyre with my plug repair kit. I'll show you what it is to start with. So this is what it looks like. The stickers are all gone off it. I've always carried it for years, but I've never had to actually use it. So that's why it's looking a bit sad, but it's a Bush Ranger kit. I'll put in the link here below so you can go and find one for yourself. I think they're only like maybe $30 to $50, something like that. But anyway, inside you'll get a tool with like, it looks like a big sort of knitting needle or sewing needle. That's what the plugs go in to push into your tyre. But you also get another piece. Sometimes they come with two handles, like a reaming one. So I'll show you, I'll take this one out and put this one in, and you put that through your puncture in the tyre and ream it out so you get it the right size for your plug and rough up the edges. You also get a couple of spare valves and stuff. So like tyre valves for your Schrader valves if you lose any of those. A little Allen key, so that'll take this out. I'll be able to put my Allen key in here and change out the tooling. So I'll swap that one out like this for the reaming one. Put that one in. And then you also get a bit of lubricant because it can be quite hard to shove the plugs through your crack or your puncture. And here you go, you get a heap of sticky plug repair kits. So if you pull them apart, they look like strips of licorice, but look at this. They're like super sticky, hey. So that's like the sort of self-amalgamating glue that helps fix the puncture. And all you do is you just keep jamming as many of these in as you can until you physically can't put any more in. And that's how it plugs the puncture. Yeah, there you go. That's a tyre repair kit. And the lubricant is just like, I don't know, what's the best way to describe it? Probably just like a bit of Vaso, you know? Open this up. It's just so you can shove the plug through. It actually just looks like Vaso as well. There you go. All right, let's get into it. That's it there. I've got a nice big crack there. So with the reaming tool, find your puncture, jam it through, in and out. There we go. All this does is it roughs up the tyre, but it also makes the hole the right size so you can shove your plugs through. Like if you picked up a little nail or something, the puncture hole might not be big enough to actually get your repair plug through. That's step one done. All right, so we've reamed that out, put this tool back in. What you do is grab your repair kit plugs, peel them off. It can be quite hard to get off, hey? They're super sticky. There you go, there's one. Now, what you're gonna do is feed it through here. Feed your plug through there. Now in your kit, you will get a little pair of pliers and stuff, but what I've done, because I carry a toolkit with pliers, I've chucked them out. So I've got to go and get my pliers, and you pull this plug halfway through the needle. Pull it halfway through your needle. Out so. Grab your tub of lube in here, jam that in, like so. Don't be afraid to put a fair bit on, and then shove it through your puncture. Get a good hold of it, probably sit on it if you can. And jam it through. Once it pops through, just pull back on it, and there you go, it'll come out. This needle is split at the end here. So once you get it in, the plug just pulls through the end of the needle. So there's one done, bit of lube in there. Just got to repeat that process until you can't fit any more plugs in that hole.
How many are you going to put in?
That many?
10?
Whew. Well, that ended up taking 7 plugs. So I don't know how well that's going to hold, but I'll get the compressor and pump it up and see what happens. But this will be an emergency spare, but once we get to Alice, I'll get it done properly. Plug's done, pressure's back in the tyre, and it looks like it's all good. So what I do though, just to make sure, I'll show you, I put way more pressure in it than you need to. So I've put 60 PSI in it. And then what I'll do is I'll leave it overnight on the back of the van, and I'll check it in the morning and make sure it's still 60 PSI. If it's not, then you know you've got a bit of a slow leak or whatnot, and you can try again. But like I said, I reckon plugs are only good, they'll get you out of trouble, but you should always take your tyre when you hit your next major service centre or town, take it in, get it done properly, then you know you can throw it back on with a bit more confidence. Plugs work, but I reckon nothing beats a proper repair. You'll also get in your kit a little Stanley knife, and what you do is you cut your plugs off flush or below your tread line, so you're not going to like grab a rock or the road surface and rip your plug out. So there you go, just hack at them to get them all off. They're tough little buggers. And once that's done, your repair's good, mate. Righto, good morning from Coward Springs. We're all hooked up, we're about to leave. The kids have been for another swim down in the spa. Me and Beck actually attempted a workout here. The flies, mate, we have forgotten how much we hate flies, and they are thick and sticky. We've been talking about it overnight. We're going to head to William Creek today and see what we can do about getting our underground stay in Coober Pedy, and we might shoot sideways and go to Coober Pedy rather than going to Oodnadatta and backtracking. Talking to a few people here last night who have come the other way, and they reckon apart from the pink pub at Oodnadatta, there's really not that much to see between William Creek and Oodnadatta, and we're going to have to do like the 230 up there and then turn around and come all the way back to Coober Pedy, then go back up the Stewart Highway. So we'll get to William Creek and we'll have a think about it. We might go to the pub for lunch and we'll decide whether we're going to shoot sideways to Coober Pedy or keep going to Oodnadatta. We'll let you know when we get there. Day 2 on the Oodnadatta, love.
Yeah.
Got a fresh coffee.
Yep. Sachet. We're on the sachets for our second one, so we're trying to not go so gung-ho.
And now I think it's only about 80 or 90 k's to William Creek, where we're going to stop at the pub and have a bit of a look around. We don't know if we're going to camp there yet because it's, what time is it? It's 10:48, so we might push on somewhere between there and our next stop, which will either be Coober Pedy or Oodnadatta. We'll decide when we get there. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's going to be Coober Pedy.
I'm thinking that too.
The kids are just dying to go there, which is super cute. So
it's all going to depend on whether we can get this Airbnb.
Yeah, we'll get there and check that out, see if we can book it, and we'll let you know from there.
See you later, Coward Springs.
Nice.
Kids have got a fresh movie and Charlie's got headphones on.
Because, you know, she wants to watch her girly movie, but the boys want to watch, like, you know, ninjas and whatever.
Which is fair enough.
So that's what it's come to.
That's what it's come to. You gonna, boys, you gonna chuck it in the movie holder or what?
Yeah.
Oh. One said yeah, one said no. Bitumen at William Creek, look at this. So here there is a pub, there is a campground, a few facilities, you can get fuel, and there is a dump point here, it says on the map, so we're going to try and find that. And we're going to stop, and we have phone service.
Yay.
Becky boo. So we'll sit here and see what's going on. I don't know if the pub's open, it's a public holiday. It's the day after Anzac Day. Bitumen, can you hear that? Smooth
no
bitumen.
noise.
It's great. Anyway, but the road's been really good, honestly. It's got nothing on like the development road to Cape York. It's just a dirt road, a lot of rocks. My hot tip, sipped between 80-85 k's an hour towing, and that gives you enough time to slow down for those unseen whoops and gate crossings and all that sort of thing. Anyway, this is William Creek.
Bustling town.
Bustling town of William Creek in the outback, South Australia. Here we go. Let's pull up and have a look, eh? William Creek, mate.
I know, how cool is it?
It is cool.
It had the coolest music in the pub. It was like, I'm a country boy.
Now,
really good.
We were going to stop and shout the kids a meal in there, but like it's bloody public holiday, so all they had on was $8 meat pies, and they had none left in the hot box. So we just had to wander around in there, check it out. There's some cool stuff to have a look here: campground, old museum, fuel, water, dump point, all that stuff. Go for a look around the pub. It's really nice. But for us now, 166 k's to Coober Pedy.
That's us.
Giddy up. All right, as we leave William Creek, I'm just going to tell you a bit of history or a bit of info I learnt while I was here. That it is Australia's biggest cattle station.
Really?
Used to be here, Anna Creek, yep. Started by a 13-year-old boy who came out here. His name was something Kidman, Sydney Kidman. And it was 5.8 million acre cattle property. It's insane, eh?
What do you mean, a 13-year-old?
He was 13-year-old boy. He left home and came out here. And he ended up being Australia's biggest cattle property owner.
What?
Yeah, look it up. I'll put in some more info down here too. Some more factual evidence. It's cool. There's lots of stuff like that out here. And it just blows you away. You go, how the hell did they ever live out here 200 years ago? Off its head. How the hell do they live out here now? Alright, so yes, we're going to Coober Pedy. Sorry for everyone who thought we were going to go to Oodnadatta. Us too. We did think we were going to try and get there, but the place we want to stay at in Coober Pedy, we can only get in, not tonight, tomorrow night, and then other than that, it's not till next Monday. And I'm like, well, I don't want to wait around another 5 days just to stay underground where we want to go. So we're going to go to Coober Pedy tonight, and we're going to stay at the breakaways, then we're going to stay in our little underground jobby tomorrow night. So there you go. And it sort of saves us a lot of time on this road too, and we're only missing far as we can tell from talking to everyone else, we're missing the pink pub. That's it. And then, yeah.
Anyway, the point is, like, this has been a little bucket list thing for us, is to do the underground motel, and the kids are dying to do it. So, and this is the only night we can get the booking. So, we're going to Coober Pedy.
Cubes, mate. Man, you see some strange stuff on the road, eh? Why on earth would people push bike out here?
Welcome to Coober Pedy.
Too many hours in the car, mate.
I think so.
Welcome to Coober Pedy, darling.
Yeah.
Look at